Okay, I know I said I was gonna make the Mario Sunshine video ranking next. Heck, I was even writing the script for it. But oh my god, I need to complain about this. Pokemon Presents. We all hate them. And yet they keep happening. And we keep watching them. These are the Pokemon equivalent of a Nintendo Direct. Now you may be thinking, why? Same! These always been a weird part of Nintendo since no one really likes them and yet everyone still watches them non-stop. Just to illustrate how bad these are, let's look at the most recent one. They started off with some guy talking about Pokemon World Championships. I don't care. I mean, I guess it's a big announcement, but does anyone care? If you care about this, do you watch the Pokemon Presents? I don't know. All I know is I'm terrible at Pokemon, so it doesn't affect me. But hey, it's something kind of important, so therefore it's one of the best things in this presentation. Important enough for 2 minutes dedicated to it? Well, no, but it could be worse. Next, they announced new episodes of Pokemon Concierge, and I like this. Yeah, it's a cute little stop motion series, and it's decently charming. It's nothing too crazy, but if you have the time, I would recommend you watch it. And these new episodes sure do look like Pokemon Concierge, so that's cool, I guess. Next was another Pokemon stop motion series? Seriously? Like, I love stop motion, but 2 series announced at the same time just feels weird. However, this is made by Aardman. You know, the Wallace and Gromit people? Yeah, they're working with Yellow Rats now. This series looks cute, but there's 2 things about this. One, this trailer doesn't show anything. Heck, if you're not paying attention, you'll miss the main characters of the show since they're just in the background. And the show is also based on Farfetch'd and Pichu. They seriously made a show about Rat Jr. and a bird holding a vegetable before a show about Mimikyu. What the heck? Then they announced, wait, holy crap, is that Pokepark? Pokepark's coming back? I love these games on the Wii. Oh wait, it's just a real theme park. Well, that could be cool. Okay, this looks lame as hell. This is not what I expected out of the first Pokemon theme park. Because I expected like rides, like a roller coaster or a dark ride or something. But instead what we got was walking around in a forest and looking at static figures. What was the budget for this project? Like 10 bucks? This looks so cheap. And also, I could not care less about this since it's all the way in Japan. A place where I'll probably never get to visit. And if I did, I'm not going to Pokepark. Next, they announced a Pokemon Go update. And wait, did people even play this game? And then an update to a game I've literally never seen outside of Pokemon Presents. I've never even seen a soul mention this game. I'm convinced this game is just here for padding. Then updates to Pokemon Cafe. Okay, I think no one plays Pokemon Go, but I know no one plays this. Who cares? Then an update to Pokemon Sleep? Why? What does this do? I don't know how Pokemon Sleep works. Heck, I don't know if anyone knows how it works. But if anyone does play this, does adding a new Pokemon change the game like at all? The gameplay is just going to sleep. Then new Pokemon cards, don't they release new ones like daily? Why is this here? Then holy crap, a real game. I did not see that coming. And only 11 minutes into the show. That's a new record, I think. This is Pokemon Friends, a Big Brain Academy sort of clone, with a Pokemon paint job. It looks cute, and hey, it's out now. You know what? When else am I going to talk about this game? This is Pokemon Friends. It's okay. It's exactly what you expect. A bunch of fun little brain teasers that are fun to do every once in a while. And for 10 bucks, I can't complain. I love these kinds of games, and yes, my brain is fried beyond belief. These simple puzzle games are just so addictive. I could play these forever, really. Okay, well, maybe not forever, but almost daily. You also have a little apartment you can decorate. That's cute. It's a cute game. And there's also DLC that costs more than the base game. What the hell? And with less content in them? What's going on here? This is greedy as all hell, but hey, altogether it's a decent package and probably my favorite Pokemon game since Legends Arceus. Yeah, I'm serious. And for some reason, people hate this game online. And is this where you draw the line? Pokemon Scarlet and Violet doesn't even run on the first console it came out on. In comparison, this game is the greatest gift to man. Speaking of Scarlet and Violet, new in-game events. Don't these happen like once a month? Does anyone care? Then Pokemon Champions. Now, going in, this was the game I was most curious about. An official version of Pokemon Showdown? That's really cool. But then, they completely messed it up. Come on. This is announced to be a free-to-play game as far as I know, and it seems to me that everything in this game is going to cost a fortune. I had some hope that maybe not everything would be paid, but it seems like everything is paid in the worst way possible. Training your Pokemon, you gotta pay up. Getting new Pokemon, you gotta pay up. And even forming teams of your own Pokemon you got in other games, it will cost you money. It also looks really ugly, just reusing a ton of assets. And it's still not coming out until 2026? Why is it taking so long? I just wish this game was like 20 bucks and it was an actual game with no microtransactions. I would always rather have a free-to-play game have a paid version or something. Heck, that's one of the main things I like about Pokemon Friends. It costs money up front, so therefore I don't get BS like this. Genuinely so disappointed. Then the last 7 minutes were dedicated to Legends EA. Now, I've pretty much been hating on this game since we first saw gameplay. You're telling me that the sequel to my favorite Pokemon game ever not only looks worse than the previous game, doesn't actually take place in distant past, despite being called Pokemon Legends, it only takes place in the boring Lumineo City, and looks more boring and more stale than its predecessor in terms of gameplay. But I'd hope this trailer would sell me on the game, and honestly, I hate it more now. This game looks so soulless. I mean, Arceus isn't a looker, but at least had an art style. It feels like Game Freak didn't expect Arceus to be a success, and now they're scrambling to make a sequel. Rising the ranks is such a boring system for the main gameplay. It's gonna get old crazy fast, I feel like. On top of that, the game looks less like a Legends game now, since now we have traditional gyms, something that Arceus never needed, and was better due to that fact since it was so different from a normal Pokemon game. It felt awesome. You also have a boring story where you are a good guy group fighting a bad guy group. How could I have seen that coming? I feel like I've seen this exact plot somewhere before. Oh yeah, in every single Pokemon game ever. Screw this game. And they're charging 70 bucks for this on Switch too? Go to hell, Game Freak. So that was the Pokemon Presents. And honestly, this was one of the better ones. There were games announced here, but man, why was this 25 minutes? It could have been like 10 at most. Why 25 for this? 2 mini TV series that'll probably only be 4 episodes each, a bunch of mobile game crap, 1 decent enough spin-off, and disappointing trailers for games that I no longer even give a crap about. Some presents even have less than this. So if this is a good one, and it still sucks this hard, why do they do these? Well, I think there's 3 main reasons. 1. The Pokemon Company has a huge ass ego. Pokemon is the biggest thing ever, really. So often the Pokemon Company thinks their crap is the best it ever was. So they'll feel like they're too important for Nintendo Direct, so they do their own thing. 2. We are idiots and still watch this crap. Look, as much as I hate these, there's a reason I still tune into them. Because there might be a chance, a small chance, that buried in the slop, there's something cool. Like a remake of a previous gen, the old games coming to Switch Online, or maybe, just maybe a new generation that doesn't look like total dog shit. So basically, these presentations are the equivalent of holding a carrot on a stick, with that carrot being a cool video game that never gets announced. And 3. Nintendo Directs don't like the crap here. Nintendo has made it very clear that mobile games do not go in Directs. And oftentimes, only the biggest announcements get into Directs. So when the Pokemon Company wants to showcase their crap-ass mobile games that they think are actually good, the rest of Nintendo says, hell no. So instead they do their own thing, and it freaking sucks. At the time of making this video, we don't know when the next Nintendo Direct is, but when it does happen, I can almost guarantee you it'll be 10 times better than this crap. Oh wait, no, that would be bad actually. Because 10 times a negative is just a bigger negative. Anyways, I'll see you guys in the next Pokemon Presents where they make Pokemon Snap 3, where each picture you take costs $5 in real money.